go and talk to
I know you
our
have a million
favourite
questions.
number 9. See what she has to say.
You let me sleep in a few too many fucking years. I think you can find some time.
Right. Let's get a bit of lore. How did this war start?
How did it all begin? Why'd you start fighting?
When the anomaly got bad, we had only just begun the colonization. There were still more than 500,000 frozen in cryo waiting for us to wake them. But we already knew we couldn't feed them all. So one faction argued to just pull the power and let them die in their sleep. Preserve the resources we had. The others wanted to give them a chance to live.
I can guess which side you were on.
I was wrong. We tried to be fair and to ration what we had. But it only led to bloodshed.
What do the insurgents want?
Your enemy. What did they want?
What do any of us want? To have enough. But there isn't. Enough food, enough water, anything. They won't settle until they have all we have. They want to destroy us. So I need to destroy them first.
How many altered are there?
What am I now? Altered? Help me understand.
What do you want to know?
How many are there?
There are lesser ones all over with small and strange mutations. But those with true power, only a handful. Still more than I'm comfortable with. But the soldiers revere them as gods.
Pretty sure I'm a god. Who do the altered fight for?
The other altered out there. Who do they fight for?
Whoever the fuck they want, you think anyone controls them? The ones who fight with us, they at least seem to have a reason for it. Some shred of humanity still. But on the other side, they're demonic, wrathful gods, machines of death. There's nothing human left.
That won't happen to me.
I pray that's true.
I want to know what's in that flask. In fact, I have to shot it. It's suggesting it's a rather large flask of something alcoholic. Is that picture you took on landing day?
This is insane. I watched you take this photo a few hours ago.
That was a lifetime ago. That girl you met that day is long gone.
That girl could never have survived.
Take it. I don't need it anymore.
Must have some connection. What's that? Right. Final option, which is the mission. The situation on the front line looks bad.
You've been gone too long to understand how truly fucked we are. There can be more than 50 or 60,000 of us left. More on the other side than ours. Soon there'll be none of us left to fight. The insurgents' last assault was a distraction. They were digging tunnels and planting charges right beneath us. They blew our front line all to hell.
I noticed.
The reports of casualties are uncountable. And one of my best men was out there, Lieutenant McCain. But a message just got through. And he's trapped under the rubble, still alive. I don't have any more men to spare. I need you to get him out.
Go for it.
It's the
Why
least
not?
I can do.
I want to hear the moment our search parties turn up anything about McCain.
Not a problem. Still
This
showing
McCain is
us
still alive.
Soviet G for gangster. We have a law article that I'm not going to read through just for the sake of your viewership. If you do want to read them, you're more than welcome to pause and have a read through. But for those of you who are watching, just for the gameplay side of things, I'm not going to go ahead and read through each of these. However, in my own time, it probably will be something that I do, because I do actually quite like the lore of stuff. I do have a secondary character, which I mentioned in the last episode. I've got a Technomancer, which I have only played at level 4. I think I'm actually, I'm level 5 top left on this one. So I'm just a little bit behind, but if I want to read that sort of stuff, I'll read it on that character. As we're not streaming at the moment, there's probably you're probably not going to get to see me play that character. In the future, that may change. What we're focusing on at the moment is building up a community. Once we've got that community built, we will then be looking at the option of streaming. We're really keen to jump into streaming so that we can connect with you much more personally and talk to you live and really get to know you that way, and also really help promote our entire theme of what we are. It's difficult on YouTube to really portray exactly what this is all about, but the fact that we're on a flagship flying through space, it's really hard to get that point across whilst we're doing these sort of videos. So we're ultimately looking to do streaming as well, and as part of that streaming experience, we've got some great ideas lined up just to help accentuate the fact that we're in a galleon hurtling through space, and the themes in terms of, you know, what happens when you sub and all that sort of thing are going to be built around that. So it's really going to be quite exciting when we do start. But for the time being, we're just focusing on building this community, getting some active, active commentary, just so that you guys can let us know just how things are going. You know, are they going well? Are they going in a direction which perhaps you want things to improve upon? Do you have any suggestions for improving? That is exactly what we're looking for, and we have actually started receiving that sort of stuff. There's been comments in videos of people suggesting in the Neo videos to start using water as an option. I had absolutely no idea what that meant. I had a lightning sword, but I just assumed that they meant eventually I'd get a water sword. That wasn't the case. There was also a separate option for getting essentially a basically ninja style weapons. Again, nothing I had actually experienced personally in the game, but I did end up experiencing it in the dojo, and once I'd done the dojo stuff, I then understood how that worked. So it was because of the commentary of the community that I was able to find out about that stuff. That is exactly what we're trying to promote, and thank you so much to the people that have been doing that. And if you guys are watching this and you've got any commentary or any suggestions, let us know. Good or bad, we don't mind. We just want to hear what you guys think. Anyways, enough of me babbling. Let's continue. So the good news is local quests. We can have multiple quests on our log. However, we are tracking one at a time. We've got one main mission and we have 3 sub-missions. Now, one involves going back to Hound's base, and I'm going to do that. And the reason I'm going to do that is I want to see what happens when you go back to these zones. Because I've done Hound's base, that was the first mission that we did. So going back to there as a separate mission, are we going to have upgraded people? Like, are the people there going to be, as I say,
Hey, Shira,
upgraded people, upgraded
I got
enemies?
some business in Hound's territory. What can you tell me about their leader, this guy Barker?
He
This is
fights
me?
dirty, preys on the innocent.
Oh, right.
His
Okay.
men are loyal because they're terrified of him.
And you let this guy run things inside your walls?
He's too well fortified at the bottom of the rift. I'm fighting one damn war already. I can't afford another.
Seems the Hounds have outlived their usefulness to you. Good thing I came along.
Here we go. Okay, so we're going to go back into this territory, and yeah, I'm very much going to assume it's going to just throw us straight back in, and we're going to have brand new enemies to fight. Which is great. That's fine. If it wants to reuse arenas, no problem, because the gunplay,
Barker will be down here.
honestly, is fun enough for me to be happy to replay through arenas, and that's exactly what we're about to do. So let us begin. Let's go from up here. So we're doing a lot more damage with our assault rifle now. I'm gonna make him a bomb. Nicely done. This is really satisfying. Like, I actually am really enjoying this. I think I'm getting a lot more out of this than I did Borderlands 3 from what I've played so far. And this is just the early stages. There's so much more to come. So I'm actually pretty excited for what does inevitably come in this game. Uh-oh. I'm learning my character more, I'm learning the moves more, and I'm certain I'm going to die more, but with my deaths and learning, it's a lot more forgiving than Neil, which is always a bonus. Neil is rather relentless, but I've said it before and I'll say it again, I think Souls-like games actually improve your ability in other games because you're more careful, you think more about your encounters, you know, you are genuinely scared of the consequences of an encounter, and that's good, that's healthy to have. So yeah, I'm happy that I've got that in my mind as I'm playing these games. Right, I've done okay there. I know this is probably a mission that, in fact no, I think it's at level 5 and I'm level 4, so no, I am level 5, so it's the right level for me. What have we got here?
Looks like the scumbag who killed Chang was telling the truth about the...
I know you're itching to strike back, everyone with this stall is, but I can tell you from experience that fighting back against gangs like the Hounds doesn't make any difference unless you can take out their leader. His name is Barker, and I know where he lives. But he's way too protected down there to attack straight on. We wouldn't survive long enough to get anywhere near him. Even the ECA won't make a move on them. Their hands are too full fighting insurgents. But I think I've got a way to get close to him. He won't see it coming. In the meantime, try and stay safe and tell the others to sit tight. And that was Eva. I'm not quite familiar with who to, so apologies if I am missing something really obvious. I know the person who gave me the mission was called Shira, not Eva. So I don't know if this is perhaps somebody else who's tried. But given the fact that I've been tasked to do the business, I'm going to assume Eva, unfortunately, not succeed in the mission. What's interesting with these games that they've got quite significant competition when they come out, because these games do have a lot of end-game playability. So think about games like Destiny, think about games like Division 2. You know, these games have been out for a decent amount of time, but they're still going strong, like really strong. So they have to go up against them games, and Destiny has a huge player base. Division 2 has a decent player base. I'm not sure how big it is. I don't think it's as big as Destiny, but it's still a significant player base. I go back to Division 2 every now and again, and honestly, it is a really, really fun and engaging game. I've played quite a lot of hours of that. Reached max level, and you know, played a lot of stuff, and I think, you know, even Borderlands 3 has a community that continue to play it at max level, and that says quite a lot. The fact that people are willing to stick to these looter games at the end. And then, if we move into the ARPG category just as a whole, you've got Diablo 3. You have the most common, which is Path of Exile. And you've also got games like Last Epoch coming out soon. That's in the late stages of early access. Honestly, I played a bit of it, and I think that that's going to be a really good game when it gets released. We also have Wilson, a game which I've put, I think it's a couple of hundred of hours in, so that's quite a lot for me. And I was one of the ones that enjoyed it. And these are all games that people are currently playing. So this is coming out, and it's like, right, we are going to go against this market. We know what makes them successful, so we need to be as good. I've obviously got a couple of missions that I've left out. So, for example, Anthem. Anthem recently declared that Anthem is done. They're not going to do this Anthem 2.0. Malarkey. Is this Eva? Be ashamed.
Fuck off! You can't take her back!
Who, the girl? This isn't a rescue, you barker.
Do I know you?
Mr. Chang sends his regard. Oh, come on! It's right in the middle of my line.
You were taking too long.
Planning it all the way here.
Thanks for the rescue anyway.
Again, really wasn't here for you.
Did you say Mr. Chang is he alright? Fuckers! Like, it's not bad enough having insurgents trying to drag us all to hell. We gotta have these low-life gangsters on our streets picking us off from the inside.
Yeah, I know the game. Really hasn't changed a whole lot.
Hey, you did a good thing. Got a bad guy off the street, and I'm walking home without a scratch.
Yeah, 100%. That's it. And I like her.
I'm Eva, by the way.
Yep, Eva, sorry.
Got a stall
Not
near
Eva.
Chang's place. You should
I
come
like
see me there
Eva.
sometime.
Eva's got a good sass about her. My computer fan just went into absolute overdrive there. It's struggling with the ray tracing. Well, not struggling, but just trying to keep up with it. I think there's, or is it ray tracing? Well, there's DLSS, which I don't think necessarily needs to be ray tracing, but it basically gives you a lot of extra frames. Okay, so private journals, Barker's journal. The problem with Desperate Men is they don't scare easy, not unless you get real creative. Feeding them, giving them a roof, it only makes them lazy. Fear is the only universal motivator, but dying just doesn't seem to scare people like it used to. If I want to outlive these degenerates down here, I've got to play the role they expect of me. Barker, Chief of the Hounds, Lead Executioner, Blackest of Hearts. I need them more afraid of me than they are of death. I need to haunt their nightmares. Better to rule in hell than to dig ditches up above. Okie dokie. These little journal entries, I don't mind reading them. I find them quite interesting, personally. Like I said, I don't mind law. Please tell me in the comments if you want me to stop reading them. I am reading them because they tend to be short enough to kind of rattle through. However, if you personally aren't a fan of me going through them and the overwhelming consensus is for me to skip them, that's fine. Don't worry about it. It's no problem at all. Right, so we're going back to camp and we'll hand in a bad day. Because I had a bad day. So, talk with Eva at her shop. Ooh, so we've unlocked a shop.
Motherfucker's got a damned Outriders jet.
Bad sign, not knowing where I'd rather be.
Good
Hello.
to see you again. You'll be pleased to know the hounds are still scared shitless to come around here.
Good. Eva Lopez.
Well, well. I was hoping I'd see you around these parts again.
Well, you just made a lousy day 2.5% better. Besides, with Mr. Chang gone, I still need a vendor.
Well, anything you see, happy to give you a better discount.
I thought she's flirting, or if she's just trying to get me to buy stuff from her. Probably. Oh well, this is free, so that's fine. Submachine gun, a rifle. I'm thinking secondary weapon here, guys. And a rifle is gonna be. Oh no, I've got a shotgun. No, but. This has leech on it. And that means I get live for shooting people. That's really good stability for a shotgun, by the way. 525 cogs, I think I might get that. Ooh, the damage is... Oh, is it just really quick shooting? 19 damage, the other one does 75, but obviously it must be like... okay. That's a heavy step going on in the background. I think I might just buy something just to cease the tension. I never use my sidearm, I probably should. Like a revolver would be pretty sweet. $200. See, a revolver. Start again. A revolver would be great for when things get up close and personal. So I think I'm gonna buy the revolver for that purpose. And oh, I've just realised there was a weapon on sale. Has the game just crashed? Oh. Okay, right. I'm going to stop the recording. And we'll be back once. In fact, to be honest, it was the end of the episode anyway.